Hi guys, welcome to Crypto B101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment in general. Uh, FTX bankruptcy is trending again, XRP is trending again, and we have a whole lot of things trending on Instagram. CRO, that's crypto.com token is trending again, and people are saying, is it going to be bullish? That's why we're seeing it trending and all of that. And also, we're going to take a look at seeing what Sam Bankman-Fried said on his interview. We know he had an interview yesterday with the Forbes crypto, and also we're going to look at how the Fed has impacted the market with the data or with the comment Fed Power made yesterday, and we saw the way the market rallied a bit. So what's next and what do we expect to get from the market? I am going to share that with you this morning, and you do not want to miss that. My name is Ahmed Oladmeji Kazim, and this is Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. And when I say we don't gamble it, I mean we do not gamble it. Sam Bankman-Fried, I never tried to commit fraud. That was one of the comments he made on the interview he did with the Forbes Crypto yesterday. And also, he made mention of saying he was not even aware of him using the customer funds because he didn't know how to code. He was not the one coding and all of that. And another thing we picked from what he was saying is he came out to say FTX US is solvent, and they might even start withdrawing their money as soon as possible. And a lot of people were saying, okay, if they're solvent, why did you file for bankruptcy? And I read on one article some times ago when he says he regretted ever filing for articles. I think sometimes this guy is just under a lot of pressure, mainstream, and some bullies on Twitter like Crypto Boy. He even posted something but had to delete it because people are now saying, guy or man, you're doing too much. And also we can now see Binance is moving the crypto space to the horizon and moving it forward by now acquires Japanese crypto exchange, and it got a license and they acquired Japanese crypto exchange Sakura yesterday, and I think that's a big thing talking about Binance. And we can see the market has been moving nicely. Like I told you yesterday, I said we've completed the movement and we have our 1, 2, and this should be yellow, excuse me. Now this should be our 3, kind of, because I'm expecting market to come and mitigate this zone, or rather come back and see if we're going to hold around this 5,600 or 16,100. What do we need to do? I'm still going to share that with you on this show, so you do not want to go anywhere. But now let's check out what happened yesterday. We saw Bitcoin rises again on US Fed Chair's moderate remarks, and I watched the live the Fed Power speak. I watched it live, and there are things I picked up from the event. And what I picked up, or things I picked up, are: number one, we might see the rate not being increased when the next interest rate is going to come out, but the inflation is still on the rise, and now they're trying to work on how wages can meet up with the inflation. How can they achieve that? They need to step up the wages of employees so they can meet up with the 2% inflation. But I think things are becoming a bit better, and that's why we're going to be seeing interest rate being slowing down and a lot of stuff in the market. And that gave I think the investor a positive mindset that, okay, maybe it's time to start buying all these assets back, because when the wages is increased, inflation is on the roll, people are going to make a lot of money, and as well they're going to have some savings to be able to now buy all these assets. And if you invest early, you're going to be among who is going to benefit it. And that's why we're now going to check what we need to do on the chart shortly on the show to know where we need to get in and to see if it's time for another bull run. But let's check out Fed likely to raise rates by 50 basis points in December. You understand? Bitcoin jumps, and they've been raising it for about 75 basis points consecutively, like 4 or 5 months, and now we're going to see it dropping for the first time to 50, later to 25, then probably to 0, and we can now see them probably even cutting it down, and we need to watch out for that. But he said, or what he says is, they need to do all these to balance the labor in the economy, and also to balance the trade and the risks in the economy. And I think we're looking forward to that. And that's why you see right here, Fed Reserve Chair Jeremy Powell said it makes sense to moderate the pace to our rate hikes as soon as December. So we need to watch out for that. So Bitcoin and Ethereum jump as Fed chair signal showing rate hikes, but they're going to slow it down. It's not going to be, maybe we're going to see 1% or 75% basis point coming into play. And I think that's a good news. But what do we need to do right now? It's simple. What we just need to do is to get into the chart analysis and check what and how we can maneuver all these things that have been playing out in the news that has been coming up. So let's now check out what it looks like when we look at the economic calendar for today, so we can know what we'll be expecting, talking about the data that will be coming out today. And we can see we're expecting CPI month to month in CHF, and also we'll be looking at core PCE price index coming out today. And also we'll be seeing unemployment claims, ISM manufacturing PMI. Those are the important things we need to look at for today. But from what Jeremy Powell said yesterday, I think we've already picked what might possibly be the outcome of the core PCE price index for today, so you do not want to miss that. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you might want to do that right now. Subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can get all this juicy content as we're dropping in for you. So right now, let's check other things that are making the market to move ahead before we go back to the chart. We can see crypto winter hurts confidence, but building digital asset infrastructure remain key, Morgan Stanley says in one of their fully mainstream they reported. And now we can see Kraken cuts workforce by 30% in an effort to survive crypto winter. And it's what I've been discussing on this show, or it's what I've been sharing, telling you guys that you need to be careful of all these centralized exchange, because a lot of them are facing a lot of troubles due to the bear market that we are in. And speaking of bear market, it's possible we're seeing the bottom of the bear market, or we're still going to rally a bit before we're going to. But I see a lot of influencers, a lot of people now shouting, oh, it's bottom out, it's bottom out. The chart is going to tell us that, and we're going to look at that shortly. And also another good news that I think is now bringing some prospect to the industry is now we saw Kraken laying off 30% of their staff, but now Telegram announces plan to build decentralized crypto exchange following FTX failure. And I think that will be a good idea. Why? Because now you don't need to put your money under anyone's custody. You just need to have your money in your MetaMask, in your Trust wallet, in your SafePower wallet, or any code wallet you're using, and you can use it to trade the future market or whatever market you want to trade live, and that will be fine. If you lose, it's out of your ledger or of wherever your money is, and if you win, it's there, and you don't have to be panicking and be thinking of, oh my god, if this exchange I'm using to collapse, my money is gone, I won't be able to withdraw my money, and it's going to be like FTX issue. And I think that's a good steps we need to see, though we have one or two of them in the game already offering decentralized exchange where you can just connect your wallet and trade whatever asset you want to trade. But the disadvantage of it is that most of these decentralized exchange don't have so much token or so much PS for you to trade. But I think it's better to have a fair and a safe trading than the one that your money is going to go away. though we still have some centralized exchange trying to prove that they are worthy of our trust by showing the proof of reserve, Mercury, and we've seen Binance doing that, Crypto.com, OKX, and the list goes on. And also, I think I need to talk about the decentralized exchange, GMX Flip Uniswap in a daily revenue for the first time ever. That means a lot of people are now embracing this decentralized exchange, and that is what crypto is all about. Crypto is not created for you to keep your money with somebody. It's created so you can have a say on your money and you can do whatever you want to do without putting your money under anyone's care. You're going to be the custodian of your money and you're going to make decisions about what you want to do with your money. And that is what cryptocurrency is all about. It's all about decentralization. And that's what blockchain technology is all about. It's all about decentralization. But now, a lot of us were forgetting that is what it's all about. That's why we're putting all our money in care of all these exchanges. And the moment they collapse or they fall off, we lose all our money. You get what I'm trying to say? So we need to watch out for more decentralized exchanging coming out. And I think in the real time, we're going to see more of it doing well. So I won't say that these are things that I feel are important that are just making waves in the market. But let's check out what the chart looks like quickly before we continue to check the market watch and to see other things we need to touch on the show. All right, now we've seen, let me show you, we've seen our first yellow right here, second yellow. You know, yesterday I told you on the show that this is the first time we are experiencing a breakout in a higher time frame. And let me show you, you can see when we go to 2 hours, you can see it's a proper breakout. Excuse me. You can see this is a proper breakout. And if you even go to 4 hours, it's a clear and massive breakout. And this is the first time we're experiencing that in weeks. We've been not been able to break any structure. We've just been continuing coming in and all of that, or created a symmetric triangle. But now you can now see we have clearly our 1, our 2, our 3. Are we going to see it creating our 4 to give us our 5 and a possible liquidity grab before it falls off, or we're just going to stop at our 3? Because I told you trading is all about 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Simple as that. So now if that is going to happen, I'll be expecting the price to fall off like this or come to mitigate this zone between 16,100 and this 15,600, then zoom up to break above this, and our target will be around 18,000 there about here. And if we break this above to, that means we'll be pushing higher. Then we're going to discuss where the market will stop. But for today and for today's show, what do we need to do and how do we need to get into the market? I'm going to share that with you right now. Let's go to 30 minutes. On the 30 minutes, you can see we now have a good structure being formed out. You know, we have a 1, 2, 3. I'm expecting the 4 to come down to this point. To this point, you understand? Because sometimes our 4 might break our 2 to touch this point. So the market might come to this point. This is where you should look for a buy. And also, we might see something like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Then come back to test here to fake out and quickly recover and shoot up. Do you see the chart? So this is what I'm expecting the market to do if truly we are starting to see a bull trend or a structure that's going to lead to bull trend in a higher time frame. So what I'm expecting is we won't be able to break this 15.6 again. If this is going to be our bottom of, which is 15.400, we should not be able to break it again. What are we supposed to do is to create 1, 2, 3, come and test this point, or break it, come and test this point to now create our 4. Then we have our 5. Then we have liquidity grab. We have our 5, and possibly we have, let's say, liquidity grab, something like this, you know. Then we're going to have our liquidity grab. Then possibly we'll see the market now coming down to break the zone, or we're now going to see a bull trend start to form out from there. But that is a long-term prediction. It's not going to happen in 1 hour or in 2 days. But that is what we'll be watching out on the show, and you don't want to miss that. So if you don't want to miss that, you might want to, you might want to subscribe to the Telegram channel, the Discord channel. The links are down in the description. So when we're sharing a new update on what you need to do, you'll be able to get it done immediately. So now, as of today, what do you need to do? Do you need to buy? Hell no. Even yesterday, I told you shouldn't buy, because I said if you break above 70, it might just be a liquidity grab and it start coming down. And exactly is what we're seeing. It broke above it, but you can see there's not that big momentum or big rally in the game. It just moved a bit higher, then it's coming back into it. And that's why I advised you yesterday, just wait for a short. And I told you you can short below 16,800. We broke above it, but we couldn't hold it, then it moved up. So if you use your risk to what I believe, you should be risking about $100 or 100 points if you're buying one BTC. So what do you need to do today? This is what we need to do today. We have a sell signal below 17,080. So now, and we're breaking it. So what am I going to say? We're having a short already. So you can short BTC if you're watching the show right now. Make sure you use your risk reward. Don't trade with the amount you can afford to lose. Don't over leverage. And this is not financial advice in any way. It's just what I've studied in the market. I'm sharing it with you, and that's how I've been trading as well. So this is a short for me because the signal has played out. And I told you I always get into the market early, so I'll be among the early bird talking about sniper entry. This is a signal for short for me already. So now what am I expecting the market to do? I'm expecting the market to come down, go up, come down, come up probably to mitigate this, then come down to go and test those places I'm talking about. Maybe test this zone, then shoot up back. So where we need to start buying is around 16,100. That's where we need to set our buy limit, and also put other buy limit to complete the order. Maybe you want to buy 100, buy 50 around there, then buy the remaining 50 around 15,600. Then your stop loss, or where you need to get out of the market, is going to be if you break below 15,400, which I'm thinking we shouldn't, because if this is going to be a completion of a trend, it needs to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And another liquidity grab that might keep up to around 18K. Then we might see another structure in a higher time frame, bring it back to 70,000 to form this support. Then we'll see the market start moving from there. Not financial advice, and anything is subject to change, depends on what the chart shows us, but I promise I will always give you the best of the chart analysis. So what am I expecting right now? It's a short already for me, regardless of it has not even created the structure formula, but there's something I see on the chart and I know it's a short already. Sell your Bitcoin right now. And now let's see how long this is going to come. If it comes to test 16,200 and it fails to break it, and we see a structure being formed, then we're going to close our short, then buy around this point. Then we follow the structure, talking about the trend to become a bull trend, and maybe we're not going to see the start of bull run from there. So that's that on BTC. BTC for me right now, I wouldn't advise you to buy. You should take your profit right now, or you should just get out if you're an investor. Sell your Bitcoin now. And if you're a trader, I think you should be looking for a short right now. Then you should buy back around 16,100 or around 15,600 using your DCA, and make sure you do not over leverage. Make sure you use your risk reward and all of that. Then the moment we break below 15,400, you should totally close your trade and get out of the market. That's all the chart analysis are for you today, and we'll be right 99.9%, if not 100%. And you can go and check our previous episode and verify all our chart analysis. But this is not financial advice by any means. This is just for educational purpose, and we're trying to enlighten each other so we can understand how this crypto space work. So that's that on BTC. BTC for me right now, I believe, is to short it down to around 16K and 15,600 zone, and that's where we need to find a buy to continue the trend. And I think from there, we can have a mindset of saying, is the market now becoming a bull run, or is just a small bull run for like 2,000-3,000 points that we're going to see the market crash to the sentiment where everyone is waiting for, which is maybe 14K, 12K, 10K thereabout. So that's that on BTC, short BTC right now. If you're watching the show, and if you're watching the show and you're late into it, wait, let it create something like this. The moment it goes back to test and calm down back, you can put your short. But if you're watching the show right now and there's still a round where I ask you to short, you can take your short right now. No financial advice. Trading is highly risky game. You need to have vast experience to enjoy the trading or to make profit out of it. Trade with what you can afford to lose. Don't over leverage, and make sure you know what you're doing, and you can use our signal because we've been right more than 99.9% on this show, and you can watch all our episode. Our video, our content speaks for itself, and that's why this is the biggest and the true channel on the continent. So right now, let's check what's going on with ETH. I think they should be of the same thing. Excuse me. Yeah, ETH2 is more or less the same thing. You can see we have this structure creating, and we came to break it to now have our 1. You see, we have our 2. Excuse me. Okay, in ETH now, there's something we need to understand. We have our 1, we have our 2, and we keep having our 3. So I'm expecting our 4 around this point 2, or even below it, depends. Then maybe we'll have our 5 liquidity grab, then maybe the market will fall back, or will continue to see the market rally up. But right now, what do you need to do for ETH? ETH has already created a signal I'm waiting for as well, but it's not that confirmed. So I think ETH, what you need to do is to just wait, let this form out. Then when it's coming to break it down, that's where you're going to have your perfect entry, just as we've seen it on BTC. So that's what I'm expecting on ETH. But I think all these assets are just for sale right now, or they are just to come back and mitigate whatever area we see the market zooming out from. Let me check that for you on Ethereum quickly. Let me check where we have order block on Ethereum for you. You can see we have order block around 1002 that broke above. We have order block around this didn't break anything, so this is useless. So Ethereum might come back to test 1002, then continue to rally up, or come to test 1166 to continue the number 5. You understand? So that will now be 1, 2, 3, 4 here or here. Then we're gonna have our 5. So I expect you to stay out of Ethereum, to let it just fall or let them recover. And it might come down to test this 1080 again to create the movement in a higher time frame. Then once that happens, we're going to see massive buy. And I think that will give us the confirmation of the new bull run in the market. So that's that on Ethereum as well. Ethereum is looking good, just like BTC, still a buy, but the structure for a sell is beginning to play out, and I believe we need to do that or watch out for a short. All right, let's quickly check. Let me check out Dogecoin as well, since we've been talking about these 3 tokens for the past whatever. I told you if Dogecoin should break 11, that's when you need to get into the market, and you can see it has failed to do so. You can see I even put this in there yesterday. It has failed to do so. And what does that tell you? That tells you I'm right, and probably we'll be expecting the market to follow, because we saw the structure to being formed out from here. You see 1, 2, we see 3. You understand? We see 4, and now this didn't break out. So I'm expecting Dogecoin to follow, but where do you need to get into Dogecoin? I'm going to tell you right now. I think I told you yesterday, because it's still the same structure that is showing. It fails to break the 11 cent. I told you the moment it breaks 11 cent, then we come back, but we didn't break it. So now, where do we see structure here? See the structure right here. So where do you need to short Dogecoin? You need to short Dogecoin below 0.996. It's still the same thing I gave you yesterday regarding Dogecoin. You need to short Dogecoin below 0.996, and you need to buy it if it break above 0.11. So the prediction for Dogecoin still remain the same. Nothing has changed. It's just I think it's creating a kind of, let's see, I don't know, maybe it's going to form a ranging, what would I call it? I don't know if it's going to be a symmetric triangle, it's going to be a channel, or a wedge, but it looks like a channel or wedge. But to me, it's looking like a structure to me. But I'm going to short Dogecoin if it breaks below 0.096, and it's going to be a massive fall. So that's where you need to watch out. So Dogecoin analysis still remain the same as yesterday. If you're still if you're watching the show, you might still want to stick to that. And even though you get into it around 10.6, because I gave a signal that you can get into around, if you break below 0.10 cent, it's still a good sell for you. But right now, I don't think you should be buying Dogecoin. You should just leave it and let it play out. My target still remain 0.05, where I'm thinking I can buy some. And if you see another structure being formed out, not coming down to test that point, maybe 0.07 will be where we'll get into the market, but I will update you on that, so you do not want to miss that. So subscribe to the channel, like and share, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can get all this juicy content as we drop it to your view. I've told you can drop any project, any coin you want us to take a look at. We're going to look at them, analyze it, and we're going to discuss it with you on this great show. And you might want to do that in the comment section, or let's interact. Tell me what you feel or what you like about the show, or what you guys think we should add to the show, or maybe we've not been touching some of the areas where you are in on the show. You might want to share that with us, and I bet you we are ready to look into that. And oh, something is even playing out here. You see, I noticed that. You can see this is kind of an ascending an ascending triangle, and not a wedge. It's like an ascending triangle. And what do we normally expect is 1, 2, 3, 4. If we fail to break the 5, definitely the market will break out of this angle, and that's what I'm expecting. So I think this just validates the Dogecoin analysis I was just saying just now. Not magic, it's just what I've studied in the market, and that's why I'm sharing that with you. So that's that on the chart analysis for today. We'll take a look at what we'll be expecting regarding the economic calendar. But now let's take a look at the market itself, and see what is really going on in the market. We can see right here we are still maintaining above 800 billion US dollar market cap, and about 47 billion traded in the last 24 hours, and 38.2% talking about BTC dominance, and ETH is sitting at 18.3%, and on the sister side is almost the same thing. We're still above 800 billion, close to 900 billion market cap, yeah. And we can see about 56 billion traded in the last 24 hours, and about 36.7 talking about BTC dominance, and 17.3 talking about ETH dominance. But what is trending? We can see Bitcoin is trending, Solana is trending, Ethereum is trending. All these coins are trending, and you can see Bitcoin is trading at 17,100 right now, and we can see it's been appreciated for the last 7 days, for the last 24 hours, even a bit in the last 1 hour. And ETH is trading 1,284, and it's been appreciated for about close to 7% in the last 7 days, 1.2% in the last 24 hours, and slightly that's about 0.27% in the last 1 hour. Dogecoin has been down more than 2% in the last 24 hours, appreciated about 25% in the last 7 days, and 0.36 in the last 1 hour. We can see Cardano too has been down. Polkadot is falling down the last 7 days, and we can see some of them are in red, while some of them are in green, but I believe a lot of them are going to change to red when we see the market fall off shortly or later today or tomorrow. Not financial advice, but it's just what we're studying the market. Use your risk reward before you take any trade. So having said that, let's take a look at the cryptocurrency on the top 100, because we like to take a look at them to see some other projects that might have prospect to move ahead into top 100. And we can see OSMO has now moved up to 101. ENS is still around the zone 101, 102. Cello back to 103. Compound pushed down to 104. Bitcoin Gold at 106. We can see Year Finance at 114. Stepping, the app that gives you money when you run for free, at 116, and we can see Terra Luna at 122. Is it 122? Yeah, I'm right, 122. And I can't even find Cardena on the chart anymore. I think Cardena has been pushed away from top 100 and something like that. But these are the coin on the top 100, and you can see some of them are doing well in the last 7 days. Some of them are doing pretty cool in the last 24 hours, and while some of them are just starting to pick up in the last 1 hour. Oh, sorry, this is Cardena. Cardena is sitting at 124, and it's been appreciating for the past 7 days, but slightly now starting to fall off in the last 1 hour. But we can't do without checking the NFT, and let's check the NFT. We even saw that there's a news about NFT. OpenSea now launches on BNB chain, and I think this is a good news for all of us that are complaining about the gas fee or complaining about the tedious and difficult about using only MetaMask and some Polygon OpenSea. Now we know Binance, they have their own NFT marketplace, but we know OpenSea is the biggest, or let me say the largest or the leading NFT marketplace. But now they now support BNB chain. That means you can now buy any NFT on the platform using BNB token or using your BNB smart chain, and that is a good news. So that now brings us to checking the top 10 overall NFT collections as of today, and we can see on the show today CryptoPunk still maintaining number 1, Mutant Ape at number 2, Clone X at number 3, the Gentunes at number 4, and we can see Order the for Other Side at number 5, Azuki at number 6, But Ape Connect Club at number 7, Jenny Undead at number 8. Bored Ape Yard has been pushed down to number 9, but this project is easily to catch up back to top 3, so you do not want to play or take a risk. And Pudgy Penguin still maintaining top 10, sitting at number 10. So these are top 10 NFT. If you want to buy any of them or you're interested in NFT, you might want to get involved, but do your own research. Make sure you buy with the money you can afford to lose, because NFT has been down more than 90% throughout this year. Do not say I did not warn you. So that's what we're seeing now. Let's check out the sentiment, talking about what people are now thinking the market is going to look like. And we can see we were on 29 yesterday, but now we're dropping gradually back to 27. So the fear and greed index today is sitting at 27%. So we're still a little bit along that place, and I believe a lot of people are just waiting for confirmation. And that's where I told you, talking about the order block that was created before we saw that massive move that broke or that broke the structure in a higher time frame, because that's a good news, and I'm looking forward to that. The moment we come back to retest that order block, I think we should all load our guns and start shooting, and I think we should start buying different assets we've been waiting for, because that might be the beginning or the start of the next bull run cycle, and you don't want to miss that. So fear and greed index sitting at 27. And talking about not missing out, if you don't want to miss out on anything regarding cryptocurrency investment and trading, you need to subscribe to this channel by subscribing, liking our video, even sharing it with your friends and family, so the channel can be out there, because we need the truth to get out there so people can know the real people that are really pushing the space to the greater height. Thanks for joining the show today, but we cannot wrap up without saying a big thanks to Instacash FX for sponsoring the show. They've been our backbone from the beginning of the show. If you want to sell your Bitcoin, you want to buy Bitcoin, any cryptocurrency at large, you might want to contact them on their website, on their Telegram, on their WhatsApp, or any of their social media handles, and I bet they're fast, reliable, and efficient. And also, if you want to learn all these things we've been saying, maybe you're new to this, you do not even understand it, you can come down here by going to www.instacashfs.com, and you can come down to the training aspect of it and apply for free training, and you'll be called in batches when it's time for you to get the best knowledge out of cryptocurrency space. So from seeing Kraken's laying off 30% of their staff to survive the crypto winter, to seeing people now building kind of confidence after the Fed saying they might raise the bits, the interest rate, but they're going to slow down the pedal. Maybe it's going to be with 50 basis point instead of the 75 basis point we've been seeing. To see Telegram saying they are now going to launch or try to build their own decentralized exchange, which is a good thing, and I think we all need to watch out for that. And also, we saw Sam Bankman-Fried doing interview yesterday announcing a lot of things that he didn't know he was using people's money. He never tried to commit fraud, and FTX US is even solvent, and withdrawal might kick in anytime from now. So these are what I think we've discussed on the show, and if you enjoyed the show today, you might want to subscribe to the channel, follow all our social media handles. We're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, Snapchat, and other social media you could think of, and I bet you might want to be getting some of the information we're passing across on those platforms as well. So I still remain myself, Ahmed Oladimeji Kazeem, until I catch you on another wonderful episode of this great show, the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. It's peace out.